Hey there, this is Mr. Korn here, and in this video, we're going to go through some of the rules, procedures, and expectations for remote learning mathematics instruction for the 2020-2021 school year. This slideshow presentation will be posted on Google Classroom so that you can go to Google Classroom and access this very slideshow for your reference. Feel free to take any notes on this presentation because this is important stuff pertaining to online instruction. First, let's go through some of the rules and expectations of a typical remote learning session. Number one, it's very important to be on time to class. If you refer to your Merchantville school class schedule, you will see what periods and what times you are due for math instruction. Remember, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you will be getting remote instruction with me. On Fridays, you'll be getting remote instruction with either Ms. Sipanyuk or Mrs. Folk. And on Monday and Wednesday, you will be using my Google Classroom to access remote assignments and video lessons to complete at home. Rule number two, when you are in the Google Meet session, please have your Google Meet microphone set to mute. It is very important, especially in a larger sized class, to have your microphone set to mute to avoid any distractions or unnecessary interruptions while instruction is taking place. The teacher will call on you to unmute your microphone when necessary. You may have your web camera either on or off. This is optional, and this depends on your preference and your comfort level. However, if you do have your camera on, make sure you are dressed appropriately and in an appropriate workstation for learning. Next rule, which is supposed to be number 4, but as you can see, the numbers got messed up here. Rule number 4, that if you want to ask a question, simply type a question mark in the chat and then wait to be called on. Just like Zoom, Google Meet has a little chat feature where you can type things in the chat. So, if I see that your name has a question mark next to it in the chat, I'll know that you want to ask a question, and as soon as I can get to it, I will make sure I call on you so that you can ask your question. Also, if you went to be called on for any other type of request, or if you have any comments pertaining to the lesson or good discussion points pertaining to the lesson, type an exclamation point in the chat. When I see the chat with your name and an exclamation mark next to it, I will know that you also are requesting to be called on, and at my earliest convenience, I will make sure to call on you. Next, let's go through the different parts of remote instruction. Remote instruction is very new. It's new to students and teachers all over the world. So it is broken down here in Merchantville a very specific way. One part of remote instruction is called direct instruction. Direct instruction videos are the primary source of learning and exploring new math information and material. Direct instruction will come in the form of learning videos, interactive lessons, and activities. Direct instruction assignments will be posted the day before your scheduled class, and they are expected to be completed before the next math class begins. These direct instruction assignments will be posted onto Google Classroom. The next part of remote learning is your live online instruction. Now, this is when you go online and we're all together in a Google Meet session. Live online instruction takes place using Google Meet. Google Meet links will be posted on Google Classroom the day that the class is scheduled. Again, please make sure you refer to your Merchantville class schedule in order to see what periods and what times you are due to be online for math remote live instruction. The live instruction session is scheduled to be an hour long, and it will be broken up in the following way. The first 10 minutes of class will be with the whole group. Everyone will be logged on together, and it will focus on the following things. The first 10 minutes will focus on an introduction of the new topic, an overview of the learning objectives, and an overview of some of the materials and resources that we will be using for the lesson. After the introduction, students will then be split into small groups based on the completion and the understanding of the direct instruction video lessons and activities. So typically, before class, you will do a direct instruction, either video, lesson, or activity. You will complete some sort of questionnaire, and based on your understanding or your completion, you will be split up into groups, and I will announce those groups during the introduction part of the remote instruction. Once we break up into small groups, the small groups will be made and posted at the onset of live instruction. One small group will be working live online with the teacher for a period of time. During this time, the other group will log off and will complete an independent assignment. Any assignments or links that will be used for any of these group sessions will be posted to either Google Classroom or on the weekly planner. Groups will then switch after a certain allotted amount of time is up, and whatever group was logged off doing the independent work will come on and work with me, and the group that was working with me will then log off and work on the independent assignments that the other group was doing previously. The last part of remote learning is asynchronous instruction. Asynchronous instruction is the instruction that takes place on Monday and Wednesday and sometimes Thursday night. Asynchronous assignments will be posted to Google Classroom, and they are to be expected to be completed before your next math class. However, if you do have a Thursday class, there may be some assignments that will be asynchronous assignments that will be posted Thursday night for you to complete for Friday's class with either Miss Sipanyuk or Miss Folk. Asynchronous assignments will consist of practice assignments that are related to the most recent lesson and direct instruction that's related to the next day's instruction. So typically, your Monday, Wednesday asynchronous assignments will be some sort of practice assignment or activity that's related to what you just learned, and then there will be either a video or interactive lesson to lead us into next day's instruction. Some asynchronous assignments will be graded, okay? But not all of them will be graded. So I will make sure to announce to you which assignments on those asynchronous days are going to be put in the grade book and which ones won't be. Here's the grading breakdown. The grading breakdown is an 80-20 breakdown. So 80% of your grade will be based on academic things, and 20% will be based on effort. So the academic aspects of your grade are going to be tests, quizzes, activities, and projects. The effort portion of your grade will be based on homework, classwork, and participation. And again, for the assignments that we post for the days that you're not doing remote instruction with us, those Monday, Wednesdays, I will